If you're a new crocheter, I've got just the thing for you. Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy as It Flies. My name's Alyssa and I deal with the crochet side of this channel. Now if you've clicked on this video, it might be because you're a new crocheter who's learnt the basics. You know how to make a slip knot and chain and the single, half double and double crochet, and you're now looking for some new stitches to learn. Or you might be coming back to this craft and want to brush up on some old techniques. Either way, I'm so glad you're here and I hope you enjoyed this video. For all of these stitches in this video, I'm going to be using a 6mm crochet hook and some chunky yarn that's a wool and acrylic blend. The first stitch we're going to learn is the moss stitch, also known as the linen or granite stitch. This one is fantastic for beginners. It works up very quickly, has a beautiful bit of texture, and has a great amount of stretch vertically. This stitch is often used in patterns for blankets, scarves, dishcloths, hats and cardigans, and is one of the best to know as a beginner. We're going to begin by making a slip knot, which we can then pop onto our hook. Then from here you're going to chain any odd number. For my sample I'm going to be chaining 13. Once we've completed our chain, we're going to find the third chain from our hook. So that's this one here. And we're going to make one single crochet into it. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. Then chain 1. Skip the next chain and into the following one, make another single crochet. So that's into that one there. Then chain 1. And we're going to repeat this pattern all the way down. So skip the next chain, into the following, make a single crochet. Then chain 1. Skip the next chain, and into the following make your single crochet. So you can see we're just doing that all the way down our chain. Now I'm coming up to the end and your final single crochet should be in your last chain. There we are, that is the first row done. For our next row we're going to begin by chaining 2. Then turn your work. Now if you have a look, you should be able to find these chain 1 gaps. You can see all the way along. We're going to be working into those. Skip the first single crochet and into this first chain 1 gap, make your single crochet. Then chain 1. Hop across to your next chain 1 gap and make a single crochet into it. And then chain 1. Into the next gap you have your single crochet, followed by a chain 1. And you're just going to work in this way all the way down. Now at the end, this one might be a bit hard to find, but there is a little chain space. You might need to pull your work apart a bit for this, but you're going to make your single crochet into that space. Right there at the end like that. And there you are, that is the end of row 2. So for this stitch, you're just going to repeat row 2 for as many rows as you would like. So I'll do it again with you. We're going to chain 2 and turn our work. Skip that first single crochet and make a single crochet into the chain space here. Then chain 1. Hop across, find your next chain space and make your single crochet into it. Chain 1. Find your next space and make your single crochet. So this is a really lovely stitch. Once you get the hang of it, it's very simple to make. And again, when we get to the end, you might need to pull your work apart a bit, but there is a little chain gap that we can work into. You can see there. And make your final single crochet into it. And that is the moss stitch. So you can see the texture is starting to build up now. You can see the pattern. I've made a bigger sample here just so you can see what it looks like. It's absolutely lovely. And there we are, that's the moss stitch. Next up is the lemon peel stitch. This one is sometimes known as the seed or griddle stitch, and it's loved for its unique texture. It's a reversible stitch and is perfect for items such as scarves, washcloths, placemats and blankets. And if you take two contrasting colours and alternate between them for every row, you can easily create the classic houndstooth stitch. Begin by making a slip knot. Then from here, chain any odd number. I'm again going to be making a chain of 13. Once you've completed your chain, you're going to find the second chain from your hook. So that's this one here. Into that, make a single crochet. Then into the following chain, make one double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. And we're going to repeat that all the way down. So into your next chain, make a single crochet, and into the following one, make a double crochet. Into the next we have a single crochet, and then into the next a double crochet. So I just have 2 chains left, and we should be making a single crochet into this one here. And then into your very last chain, it should be a double crochet. There we are, that is the end of row 1. Now for row 2 and onwards, we're going to begin by chaining 1. And this doesn't count as a stitch. Turn your work. Into the very first stitch, we are always going to start with a single crochet. So that's into that very first stitch there. Then into the following stitch, you're going to make a double crochet. Into the next stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. And into the next, a double crochet. So hopefully you should be seeing the pattern now. We're just alternating between the 2 stitches for every single row. Again, this is another one that's lovely and simple once you get the hang of it. So I'm nearing the end now. just have a few more stitches left. So we have a single crochet in this one here. And then you should always be finishing your rows with a double crochet. So you should always be making a double crochet into your final stitch. And there we are, that's it, that is the end of row 2. So you're just going to go ahead and repeat row 2 for as many rows as you would like until you end up with something like this. So you can see I've alternated between the colours for each row, which has created this beautiful pattern. That's what it looks like on the other side. It's a really lovely stitch and it's a really easy one that again works up really quickly. And that is the lemon peel stitch all done. And last but not least, we have the V-stitch. This is one of my personal favourites and I've used it in many of my designs. This stitch, which uses just the double crochet, is loved for its beautiful lacy texture and its drape, and is used often in patterns for shawls, scarves, cardigans and summer tops, and bags. It's a great stitch for beginners to learn. Again, start by making a slip knot. Then from here, we're going to make a chain that's a multiple of 3 plus 1. So I'm going to be making 19 chains. Once we have our chain, we're going to find the 4th chain from our hook. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into this 4th chain, we're going to make 1 double crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to skip the next 2 chains, and into the 3rd, we're going to make 1 double crochet. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to make another double crochet into the same chain. So that's working back into that same chain. And as you can see, that's our first V-stitch. So we're going to repeat that. Skip the next 2 chains, and into the 3rd, make 1 double crochet. Then chain 1 and make another double crochet back into the same chain. Skip the next 2 chains and into the 3rd make your V-stitch. So 1 double crochet, a chain 1 and then another double crochet into the same chain. So I'm nearing the end of my chain now, and your final V-stitch should be made into your very last chain. So I have my double crochet, then my chain 1 and then another double crochet back into that chain. And there we are, that is the end of row 1 done. Now for row 2 and onwards, for every single row, we're going to begin by chaining 3. Now this counts as our first stitch. Then turn your work. Now into this first gap here of our V, we're going to make 1 double crochet. Then we're going to jump across, find our next gap in our next V, this one here, and we're going to make our V-stitch. So 1 double crochet, working right into that gap, then a chain 1 and another double crochet into the same gap. There we are. Then we're going to find our next V, find the gap in it here, and make our V stitch. So 1 double crochet, a chain 1, and then another double crochet. Then jump across, find your next V. Now just beware, it's not this gap here that we work into, it's the gap right in our V. Technically it's the chain 1 space that we make our V stitch right into. So you know you're working into the right gap because all of your V's should line up. So just work like this all the way down. So I'm near the end now, and you'll end up with these 2 stitches. If you pull them apart, you can see that there is actually a gap there. That's where we're going to make our final V stitch. So you're going to work right into that space there and make your double crochet, your chain 1, and then your double crochet. And there we are, that is the end of row 2 done. So you can see all of our V's are lining up. It's a really beautiful stitch. So you're going to go ahead and simply repeat row 2 for as many rows as you would like until you end up with something that looks like this. This is a really beautiful stitch and one of my favourites. I've used it a few times. I made a waistcoat recently using this stitch, and I also designed this book cover. You can find the full tutorial for this book cover on our YouTube channel. It's a really slow and in-depth video that's perfect for beginners. And that's it. That's all for today, folks. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're a beginner, I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know down below in the comments box. And if you could subscribe to our channel, it would mean the world to us. We'd love to have you in our little community. I'll see you all again next week, but until then, happy crocheting.